Lord.
So, hi ma'am, good morning.
Morning.
So, ma'am, ako dahil si Marvel Gumulan, ay student nurse from Andres Bonifacio College. So, sa kinatngalan na to, ma'am?
Dayan.
So, hi, Miss Dayan. So, Ma'am Dayan, naday ko karon diri para mag-assess sa imong masko skeletal system. So, ma'am, okay ra ba nimo na?
Okay na.
So, ma'am, kini na assessment gang, kwarto siya kanitang full cooperation, ma'am, kay magtindog ta, inana. So, okay ra ba nimo na, ma'am? So, ma'am, kamusta man ka?
Okay ra.
So, okay ra, kanang wala na ba tayo dito mati-mati dira?
Wala ra.
Wala naman nagsakit itong mga kabukugan?
Wala ra.
Strong, ay sana all strong. And ma'am, anang tawag, wala na ba kay ka? Mautan ako ma'am sa imong past, kanang health history, kanang wala na ba kay kanang mga arthritis, ano ba kaya ni inana?
Wala ra.
So, sa imong family history, ma'am, na ba sakit imong kanang papa, inana, lolo, kanang just like arthritis, inana?
Wala ra po.
Wala ra po. Wala ra po, ma'am. So, ma'am, kanang mag-start na ta, ma'am, ha? Ma'am, mag-start na ta, ma'am. So, ma'am, pwede ka matindog, ma'am? So, my client has an erect posture. And, ma'am, pila na get imong edad?
19.
So, 19 na si ma'am, and his posture is, or his height is, her height is appropriate to his age. So, as my client enters the room, I've already observed his posture and gait. So, my client, her gait, is evenly distributed weight. She able to stand on heels and toes point straight ahead, equal on the both side posture, erect movement, coordinated, and his arms swing in opposition. So, ma'am, pwede na ka maglingkod og balik. Then, ma'am, mo proceed na ta karon sa imong temporal mandibular joint. So, ma'am, kanang ma'am, akong gunitan ni siya, ma'am, ha? Then, tayo ko open sa imong mouth. Then, i-forward ang imong chin, then, balik. Dayon, side to side. Side. Ma'am, di na pa na siya sakit? Wala ba yung mga sounds? So, there is no snapping and clicking. May be felt and heard in my client, and the patient mouth open in 1 to 2 inches. The client mouth open doses smoothly. So now we'll proceed to the sternoclavicular joint. So as I can see, there is no visible bony overgrowth, swelling, and redness. So, ma'am, magpalpate ko sa imong ma'am. Okay ra, ma'am? Then, tell me, ma'am, if kanang nakamafeel na sakit.
Wala ra.
Wala ra. So, it has no pain on his sternoclavicular joint and no tenderness. So, ma'am, proceed na lang sa imong spine, ma'am. So, palikod tindog, ma'am. Then, palikod, ma'am. So, I am going to inspect your cervical and lumbar. So, her cervical and lumbar is on concave and her thoracic spine is on convex. So, her spine is straight and it is aligned. So, ma'am, I am going to palpate the spinous process, then we'll proceed tas imong paravertebral muscles, ma'am, ha? So, as I palpated, it is well developed and it is firm, smooth, and no muscles possum also. So, ma'am, we'll proceed na ta sa range of motion. Ma'am, pwede na kami balik ko likod. So, ma'am, mo proceed na ta sa range of motion. So, ma'am, palikog dungo. Dayon hangad. Then, so for her flexion on her cervical spine, he has 45-degree in flexion and 45-degree in extension. So, in hyperextension is 55-degree. So, ma'am, paano daw kung ana, ma'am? Ana, bigas, ma'am. So, she can bend laterally for cervical spine at 40-degree, to the left and to the right side. So, ma'am, sa rotation na punta, ma'am. So, ma'am, palihog ko kuan sa imong kuan, ma'am. Ulo, ma'am, ana. Ito. For the rotation, she can rotate 70 degree to the left and to the right also. So, ma'am, akong kulitan ni mga haping ma'am ha, then palihog ko ka ng doon dito, ma'am. Sige. Yan, bikas, ma'am. So, my client, so she has a strength of 5/5 on her cervical spine and has full range of motion on the cervical spine against resistance. Ma'am, mapusin na ta sa imong lumbar spine. Palihog ko og tindog, ma'am. Itong ikaw, ma'am. So, ma'am, palihog ko og tawag aning anak. So, my client, she can flex at 80 degree and then he has a smooth movement and her lumbar cavities flatten out. Then, the spinal processes are aligned also. Then, hina ma'am. Then, sa lateral na sabta ma'am. Lateral na sabta ma'am nimo. Then, ay mong action na ma'am is mag-ana ka without ka nang bending your knees ma'am ha. So, ma'am, sige ma'am. Hina ma'am. So, because ma'am. So, okay. So, her thoracic and lumbar spine is, she can flex at 35 degree laterally to the left side and to the right side pod. Ang palihog ko tiad ma'am para iko na to ang imong hyper extension. So, ma'am, palihog tiad. Mura na mo kaya ma'am. So, balik na to ma'am. So, her hyper extension is 30 degrees. So, ma'am, next is sa rotational. So, ma'am, palihog ko ana ma'am ana. Yan, ana. Sige. Okay na. So, she can rotate 30 degree as well. Ma'am, pwede na kabalikod o balik, ma'am. Okay. So, ma'am, kanang baliw na po tag tindog, kaya kasi na po tayo sa imong shoulder. So, ma'am, paliwog tindog, ma'am. Okay. So, as I can see, so, I've seen there is no deformities and her shoulder is symmetric, no swelling, and no redness. So, magpalpate ko, ma'am, ha? Tell me if nakalabatian niya sakit, ma'am, ha? Sige, ma'am. Wala. So, her muscles are well developed and her clavicle and scapula are symmetric. So, mo-proceed na ta sa range of motion. So, ma'am, suhira ko, ma'am, kung unsa akong gibuhat. Okay, ma'am. So, first is flexion. So, ano siya, ma'am, oh. So, ana. Then, hyperextension. Padulong sa likod, ma'am. Sa likod. Dayon, internal rotation, ana, ma'am. The next is abduction. The next is external rotation. The next is abduction. Adduction, I mean. Tama, dari sa imuang nga, ma'am. So, okay. So, her flexion is 180 degrees, her hyperextension is 50 degrees, and her internal rotation is 90 degrees. The abduction is 180 degrees. The external rotation is 90 degrees and the abduction is 180 degrees. So, ma'am, pwede na kamalikod balik, ma'am. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, mapusin na tayo sa range of motion on resistance. So, ma'am, ako i-push mo. Mutindog ka ma'am palihog, ma'am. Then, magdalikod ka, ma'am. Then, ma'am, palihog ko, ma'am, kanang push kay ako ikuan mo open ko yes ma'am push kay ako i-push pwede na bata. So okay na ma'am. So ma'am pwede na kamalikod balik ma'am. So she has a full range of motion against resistance on her shoulder. Ma'am, proceed na ta sa imong elbow ma'am. Palihog ko tindog ma'am. So okay ma'am, ako inspect imong elbow ma'am ha. Okay. So her elbow is symmetric. There is no redness, no deformities, then no swelling. Then, ma'am, sa akong pag-palpate ganina, ma'am, nabaka na pati ang sakit. Then, there is no tenderness and no motion. So, ma'am, proceed na ta sa range of motion. So, ma'am, palihog ko suhid sa ako ang himuon, ma'am. So, flexion. And the next is hyper extension. The next is supination, then pronation. So she can flex at 160, extend at 180 degrees, and the pronation and supination is about 90 degrees. The next is, so ma'am, proceed na ta sa against resistance ma'am. Then ma'am, palihog ko, tindog ma'am. Then ma'am, palihog ana. Then ako ni siyang bilangan ma'am ha. Kanang pangsog sa taman sa imong kusog. Sige. Okay, because ma'am. So my client has a full range of motions against resistance on her elbow. So ma'am, proceed na ta sa imuhang wrist. So ana, expect na ko siya ma'am ha. Then, ako na po siyang i-palpate as well. Then, ma'am, na baka nabatin niya sakit? So, her wrist is symmetric and no swelling and no redness, no deformities and no nodules and no tenderness. So, ma'am, proceed na ta sa range of motion. So, ma'am, suhira ko sa akong kuan. So, ma'am, ma'am, kanang flexion. Then, hyperextension. The next is pronation, then supination. So, my client can flex her wrist at 90 degrees and hypertension at 70 degrees. And for ulnar ma'am, ana ma'am. Ana ka ma'am, ana ito nga rin. Ana siya, yes, ana ma'am. Then, for radial deviation, ana. So, for ulnar deviation, my client it has a 20 degree and a radial deviation at 55 degree, and she can supinate and pronate her wrist also. Now we will proceed to the range of motion against resistance. So ma'am, palihog ana ma'am. Then akong birahon ma'am, nagpapukong bira. Okay, because so my client has a full resistance on her wrist. Proceed na ta sa imong hands and fingers, then ma'am paliguan. So her hands and fingers are symmetrical, and fingers are no swelling, no redness, and no deformity. So ma'am, akong i-palpate siya ma'am ha. Ma'am, wala na ba kayo nabatiin niya sakit? So there is no tenderness, no nodules as well. So sa range of motion ta ma'am. So sa abduction ma'am. So, ana ma'am. So for her abduction of her finger is 20 degrees and has a full abduction of her fingers, and she can flex at 90 degrees. 90. And her hyperextension. Then at 30 degrees, and she can also move her thumb. Ana ma'am. Ana yung thumb ma'am. Ana. And her thumb and can move away at 50 degrees, ana ma'am. So her thumb can move away 50 degrees. Hugkog lingkod ma'am. So ma'am, proceed na ta sa imong hips. Then ma'am, palihog tindog ma'am. Then good. So as I have observed, so her buttocks has the same size, and her iliac wrist is symmetrical in height, and thoracic curve in convex, and his lumbar is in concave.